Ghana's
So there's no crime in Ghana.
We don't like crime at all. We don't engage in crime at all.
Something with Nigeria, we don't do crime. What's that? Who do we have here? Besta. Besta is from Malawi, and Besta will tell us a little bit about himself and Malawi.
Okay, so my name is Besta Mangison. I'm from Malawi. I'm currently in the US pursuing my master's degree. A little bit about Malawi. So Malawi is in southern Africa, though some people say it's in southeastern Africa. I think one key thing about Malawi is it's been known as the warm heart of Africa. If you Google Malawi, it will say that. I'm not exactly sure why. I haven't really. They say it's the warm heart of Africa because apparently we're the most peaceful people, but I haven't been to a lot of African countries to do a comparison. But then I can relate. We really don't have a lot of crime. It's a very peaceful place. Nothing funny to hear about Malawi in terms of security and so on.
Mohammed wearing sunshade in a room. Is that a fashion style?
Yeah, I guess that's how I want to be seen from this.
Oh, okay. Mohammed is from Ghana. So Mohammed, tell us a bit about you and Ghana.
My name is Mohammed Ukasha. I'm from the Bono East region of Ghana. Currently studying masters in civil engineering.
Sorry about that. Charlie, what's Charlie? I hear Charlie a lot. Sorry to interrupt
Charlie.
you.
Charlie's like my guy.
My guy.
Yes. Like,
Charlie, go ahead.
That's how we address each other. Charlie also. That's how we mostly address each other. From the Bono East region, that is the center of Ghana. When you take the geographical map of Ghana, I'm in the center. That's where I come from. Ghana, the gateway to Africa. If you want to go to Africa without being to Ghana, you've not been to Africa.
So, let's start. What do Ghanaians know about Malawians? Malawians, right?
Yes.
Okay, I hope I'm getting everything right.
That's correct.
So what do Ghanaians, when you see a person from Malawi, what comes to your mind? What is the first thing that, when you just meet a Malawian, what's the thing that comes to your mind? I mean?
I think when you see someone from Malawi, the first thing that will come to you.
I mean you. I don't mean when you say yes.
That he's an African.
You share some skin color.
That's the first thing. The first thing that will come to my mind is that he's an African, and then we share the same blood. But then to go into so much deep into how they came about with the name Malawi, how they got their independence, or was there even a colonial masters and all?
Do you know the language Malawians speak as official language?
It should be Swahili. I can predict Afrikaans as well.
Okay. Wait. Do you know where Malawi is in the map of Africa? North, south,
It's
east?
in East Africa.
It's in East Africa?
Yes.
Okay.
It's around East South Africa.
Yeah.
East South Africa.
Let's come to Besta. Besta, tell us, what do you know about Ghana? what comes to your mind when you hear Ghana?
Well, I don't know a lot about Ghana, to be honest. I just know it's in West Africa.
What's the official language of Ghana?
I don't know how to differentiate them from Nigerians. So I don't know. I just thought they were the same people, I think, to some extent.
Do Nigerians and Ghanaians look alike?
No, but you sound the same. I mean, most of your food is the same. You all eat very spicy food.
Oh, you know what Ghanaians eat?
Yeah, a little bit. I've tried the jollof rice. I've been here for 8 months, so I've had a few. No, I think that's the only Ghanaian dish I've had. Yeah.
Wait, Mohammed, do you know what Malawians eat?
Frankly speaking, I don't know.
What do you know about Malawi? Tell us what you know about Malawi. Outside that the Africans.
We live in the same continent.
Wait, okay, I want to ask you. You are in the United States now. When you were in Ghana, did you ever meet someone from Malawi?
No.
So your first encounter with anybody from Malawi is in the United States?
Yes.
How about you, Besta?
Ghana. I think I've met somebody from Ghana before. I can't recall the name. I used to stay in a university.
Have
in
you ever
Malawi,
been to
so
Ghana?
No, I haven't been to Ghana before.
Have you been to any West African country?
No.
But you are in the faraway United States. I mean, African countries should be closer, right, than US.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But you, what's going on? Tell us why.
I think we have so much borders that differentiate us in Africa, so it's quite difficult, and then we are not connected. The last time I heard AU was trying to implement this inter-countries connectivity road network that they've started from Senegal. It is coming to pass through Ivory Coast and all the West African countries will be connected. Then all East African countries to be connected. Then all North to be connected. Then they all connect together. That is what I think they've started. It will be easy for us because traveling from Ghana to Malawi, I don't even know where to start from. We are not connected at all. So many barriers and borders. So I think that is why we don't get ease movement. We don't get to easily move.
Well, I think this should be political. Let's not go into politics. Let's talk about you. Genius from Nigeria, the best country in Africa, the most populous country in Africa, the most populous black nation in the world, the biggest economy, good people, great nation. I'm representing. So what do you want to know about Nigeria? Let's say you already know that we are the best people, among the best. So the next thing is that Nigeria is made up of over 250 ethnic groups and over or about 600 indigenous languages. How much do you know about Nigeria? Let's start with Besta.
Okay, so I've met a few Nigerians. Like I was trying to say, I grew up in a university, so we had a few international students from various places. One of the places was Nigeria. So yeah, there was this nice lady. What was her name? Okay, I can't recall her name, but yeah. So of course, when I hear Nigeria, we know you're the biggest economy, I think, in Africa. Yeah, we hear a lot about oil and stuff. So we have some people from Malawi going to Nigeria for better work and stuff. So I see you, I think, money. But we also know Nigeria.
He sees me, he sees money.
That's true. Yeah. The other thing is, I think Nigeria, there's a lot of corruption. That's another thing that I've I mean,
what do you mean that Nigeria has a lot of corruption? Wait, do you think he's right? Prove him wrong.
The figure shows right.
Ghana and Nigeria, we are siblings.
The figure shows right.
What figures? What figures are you talking about?
The data shows that Nigeria is the most.
I don't know what he's talking about. Please, Nigeria, the biggest economy I'm representing, the best people, good people, great nation. Well, I know a lot about Ghana. I mean, many of my friends are Ghanaians. But the thing is this, I didn't know anybody from Malawi until 3 years ago. That was my first time encountering someone from Malawi. But as a younger person, as a teenager, I knew someone from Ghana. So why do you think that is the case? How many Malawians are there in
West Africa?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's the reason. How many Malawians are in the world? What's the population? About?
I know, okay, in my country we just hit over 18 million.
18
I'm not
million?
sure about the diaspora.
18.
1.8. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I see. Oh, but how was the population of Ghanaians?
32.
32 million.
Yeah.
I'm your senior brother. We are about 200 and something million Nigerians. And everywhere you go, you find us.
Yes. Find a Nigerian.
Yeah.
So tell me, Ghanaian, what do you know about Nigeria? What comes to mind when you hear Nigeria or you meet in Nigeria?
When you say Nigeria, you say business in Ghana because they own all our shops. All our market is filled with them. They drive our economy. So when it comes to Nigeria, the word Nigeria, everybody will be like, oh, he's selling that. He buys this. He has this. Whatever you need, go to that guy.
Yeah.
That is all about. You hear about Nigerians. Then some kind of 1 or 2 crimes which are.
Why is it that the two of you, when you talked about Malawi and Ghana, I never had crime, I never had corruption.
Yeah.
But when Nigeria came to the midst, crime and corruption came
We
up.
should be asking you.
Those are questions.
Because I'm corruption free, I'm crime free, and I represent Nigeria. So why did I come to the Miss and corruption and crime became a topic?
It's
Is it a stereotype? Do you think it's a stereotype or do you think it's a reality?
I don't think it's a stereotype.
I think it's reality.
It's real. When you meet a Nigerian, the enthusiasm, the way they approach things is quite different from everyone. And aside that one too, they always want to find their loopholes in anything.
What are you saying? I'm gonna edit this part out. Okay. Now let's talk about the beauty of African nations, what we eat, how we dress, how we live.
Sure.
You know, this is a sitting of African men in the United States.
Yeah.
Let's talk about African women too, even though they are not here with us.
They are the best. They are so good. They make life so easy.
Where can we find the most beautiful women in between Ghana, Nigeria, and Malawi? Let's start with you.
Well, honestly, I don't know a lot about Nigerian and Ghanaian women. If anything, if you ask me about Botswana, maybe, because that's where we hear a lot of stereotypes, and I think I've confirmed some of them. And maybe, where else?
Let's talk about Nigeria and Ghana. Since you don't know much about the women, let's ask Mohammed, how much women do you know from Nigeria and from...
For Nigeria, I know a lot. But
they're beautiful women, right?
Yeah, they have some beautiful women. And then in Ghana too, we have beautiful women. But for Malawi,
I didn't ask you about Ghana. I asked you between Nigeria and Malawi.
Oh, okay. Between Malawi and Nigeria, I don't know Malawi women, so I will not be able to say. But for Nigerian women, I've seen a lot. I've attended school with a lot of them, so
Let's talk about food. What food do you think every Ghanaian must have eaten? What's that meal?
That must be jollof.
Jollof rice?
Yes. Then
and
fufu. They are
let's start
actually
eating jollof rice.
Yes, he's left with one.
There is jollof, there is Nigerian jollof, and there is fufu too, although you guys' soup might be different.
The fufu you call fufu is different from our fufu.
What's the food in Malawi?
Nsima, I think that would be our staple food. I think it's the same as fufu. That's the maize flour.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Fufu could be from maize, cassava.
Yeah.
Could be from a whole of just some flour maize stuff.
It's mostly maize and
okay.
and
For us, I think the majority is maize. There's some areas where they use cassava as well, but yeah, it's.
Do you know what meal that is?
No, I don't know.
You've never tasted it?
I've never tasted it, but
have you seen it? Do you know how
no,
it looks?
I don't know how it looks, but I'm sure it's gonna be nice.
Okay, let's move from food to general lifestyle and culture. What's the unique thing about Malawians? And I also come to Ghana. Let's start with Malawi. What's that unique thing that you will be proud to share with everybody?
We have a huge freshwater lake. I think it should be the second biggest in Africa. So we have a huge variety of fish. Actually, the other thing I was going to say about food is the most common should be that nsima with what we call jumbo. So it's a very common fish you only find in Malawi because of that freshwater lake. You know, most fish from salt water is different from freshwater. So yeah, we have a very distinct fish you only find in Malawi.
He was talking about his food.
Yeah, as a unique thing. So
maybe is yours food too?
No, Cameroon is no. Our hate for crime.
How is that an attraction? Okay,
yes, it's Ghana's.
So there's no crime in Ghana.
We don't like crime at all. We don't engage in crime at all.
Something with Nigeria, we don't do crime. What is that? What's that?
It's not a unique thing.
It's not. The places you might find crime in Nigeria could be, some very at the outskirts part of the country where there are some terrorist action or some criminals pockets of crime.
Nigeria? Is the word still Nigeria or that place is not Nigeria?
No, it's part of Nigeria.
So
there are some pockets of crime here and there, but not something
huge, massive, big.
Compared to who? Compared to where?
You were asking.
Compared to the United States.
You need to think about Ghana.
Wait. United States and Nigeria, where has more crime?
Of course, it's United States.
You see?
Of course, that every single day you hear somebody shoot here, somebody shoot there. So that is different. But we are talking about Africa.
So Nigeria is crime-free relatively. We are crime-free relatively.
You don't have to compulsory defend things that.
No, it's not about defending things. I just asked you now, we're in the United States, I'm asking you, the United States, where we basically, at least we feel safe here. You feel safe, you can do business, you live in here, you're striving here, you're resident here. Compare it to Nigeria, you feel safe, free, resident, you know. That's what I'm saying, relatively, crime is very, very low. If Nigerians have a problem, the problem we think we might have is that we have so much energy. And because of so much energy, some persons might say Nigerian is doing over-sabi. Something we say over-sabi, you know too much, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's good for business.
Sure.
And that's good for, progress, success.
But what we are talking about is no over-sabi.
And let's go back to Ghana and
Exactly.
the uniqueness of Ghana. So we say people hate crime.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's why peace index, we are always going high. If you look at the peace index, World Peace Index, we keep going high. So if you see any Ghanaian, you'll be like, oh, this guy, he's cool. Every Ghanaian you meet anywhere, he's cool. He's not someone who engages.
I have my reservation. Nigeria is a place everywhere you go, you must meet a Nigerian. That's no place. And when you meet a Nigerian, you're like, oh, he's cool, or she's cool, or they're cool.
That's not really true.
I don't know what you're saying. I have no idea what you're saying.
That is not really true, though.
Well, I haven't against agreement. And
oops, I can't count.
I see, and they're all wonderful people, great people. I don't know what's funny. Okay.
I would say that as all of them were cool. There were some who were.
But that's a human factor. You meet people from everywhere in the world.
We look at it in a general because we're not single out in certain people. We're saying Nigerians and Ghanaians, Malawians. That's what we're discussing here. The discussion is on Nigerians, Ghanaians, and Malawians. So if we single out and say, oh, some people, no. In general, no one say me and you and I.
So in general, the verdict in general is that Nigerians, great people, wonderful people. That you meet them wherever you go. That's the conclusion. For Ghana, well, they hate crime. Nice to do business. Nice to live there with no crime. Then if you want tourism, you say you have the largest lake and the most variety of fishes. What meal comes with a fish that is very popular? Or what kind of fish is the most popular fish?
Jumbo. Comes with nsima. Your equivalent of fufu, I guess.
Yeah. So the chambo fish, is there an English?
Or
is it just unique to Malawi?
Yeah, I know it should have an English name because it's featured in museums here in the US, but I don't know what its scientific name is. I would have to Google it. But yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I have not tried Malawian food. I think I need to try.
Yeah.
I need to try. I've met.
Unfortunately, that fish isn't easy to come by. You have to go to Malawi, I guess, to get it. Or
Really?
yeah, maybe if you go to South Indiana, South Bend, I hear that a lot of Malawians there. Maybe they have it somehow.
Yeah.
And then we have a journey to Malawi.
Yes.
Tortoise.
So I just wanted to also talk about a movie that is famous that was done in Malawi. I don't know if you've heard of The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind.
Yeah, by Chiwetel, a Nigerian actor.
Yeah, so
this movie.
Yeah, so that's a Malawian story. So apparently, also William Kankwamba, the guy who's the main character in the movie, and that being a true story, is Malawian. So that story is really inspiring.
Yes.
If you just see the pictures of where he came from, I mean. Us being African, I'm sure we can all appreciate what it's like when you go to rural areas in Africa and all those real poor outskirts. Yeah, so that he came from a place like that, and when you hear that he was able to build a windmill, it's just inspiring. So yeah, that's another thing about Malawi. As far as geography is concerned, we're divided into, I think, 3 main regions. It's a small country, so we don't exactly have too many places or regions. So we have the north, the south, and the central. There are a lot of differences, I think, when you go across these regions. I talked about, I think, in Sima earlier, Maine's flour water mix. It has a lot of names across different African countries. So you find that that's more common in the south and the center when you're using maize. When you go to the north, they start putting in a lot of variety, like cassava and so on. So, I mean, if you really want to get a feel of Malawi, then make sure it gets to the north, and then you can stop either in the south or the center.
So from 2017 onwards, Ghana has 16 regions, not 10 anymore. So each of the region has special people and special things about them. Let me start with the Greater Accra region. When you say Greater Accra region, you talk about the capital, you talk about the Ghana people, and then they are kinky. That is what the unique thing about them. So from the Greater Accra region, you then move to the Volta region. When you talk about the Volta region, you talk about fish harvesting, and then Akele, that's their best food they do. And they are one of the most smart individuals. They are very brilliant when it comes to book stuff. So from Volta region, you move down, you come to Eastern region. Come to the Eastern region, from Volta region, you come to the Eastern region. The Eastern region people, they speak, their language is kind of similar to the Chi people. They speak, I've forgotten.
An ambassador to Ghana has failed.
Let me remember.
You won't remember, go ahead.
All those languages are 5 and they are all the same. That's why I've forgotten that one. It's Twi, Fante, Bono, and that last one that I've forgotten. So let me just move. So you go to the Central region, Cape Coast. They are the most peaceful people in Africa. They are so calm, and they also have one of the most, they have a lot of professors. They are a hub to in education in Ghana because they have the best universities, and almost all their land side is filled with schools. They have a lot of schools there, and then the one best thing about them too is they are fishing. They mostly fish, and they are Fanti people. They speak their language called Fanti. So from there you move to Ashanti region. The Ashanti region, they call themselves the big boys because they have Otumfuo Osei, one of the most recognized kings in the world, because he has been invited to the UN summit several times to give speeches. In Africa, I think he's a top king, the one that almost everybody recognizes in the world.